Hey everybody, Larry McCarren for Packers.com, and we are joined by Packers GM Brian Gutekunst. Brian, welcome. Thank you for being with us. And when it comes to the draft, you've been working on that baby for at least a year. How does it feel when it's over?
I tell you what, it feels really good to get to the end of it and feel like you really helped your football team, and I think that's the most important thing. That's kind of our task, is to go into this and all that work we put in preparation, to be disciplined and try to do the best thing for the Green Bay Packers. And so I feel really good about that. I think it's normally we're somewhere in a room with all the scouts and a bunch of coaches and kind of rehashing what had happened, and unfortunately in this environment we can't do that. But I feel really good about what we accomplished, and then I think we improved our football team.
Do you think Kamal Martin is the type of linebacker that can come in and help you right away?
I do. Obviously he's played a lot at Minnesota. He has excellent size. He has excellent length. He can really run. In 2018, I thought there were some dynamic moments on tape, and you really started to see him develop. Struggled through with some injuries this year, but I think once he starts to get back healthy, which he is now, you'll really start to see that 2018 where he was headed. And we're excited about him.
Now, you drafted 3 offensive linemen in the 6th round.
Yep.
Now, I applaud the move, but it is somewhat unusual. Could you talk about your thinking there?
Yeah, certainly. After we got out of day 2, we didn't have that 4th round pick after we traded up. So there was a little bit of a run on offensive linemen. And as we got down, these guys were kind of in that group, and they were the best players available. We thought there was really good value there. The first guy we took right off the board was John Runyon, a guy who played left tackle at Michigan, started for 2 years there. Got a lot of versatility over the line. Father played a long time in the league. We really felt good about that first initial pick. And then as we flipped a few picks more, we got down, and then we were able to add a center who has a little bit of guard flexibility, Jake Hansen, who started about 47 games at the University of Oregon. And then the last guy, Simon Stepaniak, from Indiana. He's coming off an injury. He's going to take a little while to get healthy, but we kind of thought it was really good value at that point, because he would have been drafted a lot higher if not for the injury.
Brian, everybody in the world said you had to pick a wide receiver. You did not. Are you more comfortable at that position than people really appreciate?
Probably so. I really like our group of young receivers and where they're headed. And I've always talked about how, and I think it's very true if you look back, that most receivers in this league really start to come into their own in year 3. You look back in our history here with guys like Devontae and Jordy and different receivers we've had, that's really where they kind of, started to come into their own. So I'm excited for those guys. We certainly, have no hesitation adding to that group. I just think the way the draft fell this year, that wasn't the best interest for the Green Bay Packers.
Now, Brian, you said you've talked to Aaron, and Aaron has talked to Jordan Love. Are the birds singing in the sky blue in Green Bay, Wisconsin?
I think I'll leave those conversations, private. But again, this is our football team is a group of guys that I think are very professional, and certainly Aaron Rodgers is, consummate pro, excellent teammate, and I think all those things will work themselves out in time.
Normal year, Brian, coming up next weekend, you've got a rookie camp. And then after that, you have OTAs. But this year, not the case. How will you gauge the progress or where these guys are at in this new normal that we're going through?
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult, I believe, but I think we're up to the challenge. It's disappointing not to be able to see these guys. It's a little bit, that rookie minicamp is a little bit like Christmas for scouts. You finally get all these guys to your facility on your turf and see how they react and respond. I think, again, I'm really excited about our coaching staff's plan, but really it's going to be a lot of mental challenges more than anything, and seeing how fast these guys take to what Matt and his staff do with them virtually through the classroom part of it. I think we're all prayerful and hopeful that, we can get back to a normal soon, where we can get these guys in the building and start developing a team.
Brian, one step away from the Super Bowl last year. What's it going to take from here going forward to take that step?
Obviously with this year and the conditions going into it, we'll see how it goes. But I think every year, if we're on that doorstep, I think if everybody can just get 1%, 2% better across the board, that really is a huge impact on your football team. So it's really going to be up to our players and the effort they put into improving themselves. And that's every year. That's usually what makes the best teams.
Brian, thank you for being with us. I hope to see you in person in the not too distant future.
Thanks, Larry. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Brian. And thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.